I'm currently marking financial accounting paper, first year students, over 600 papers. I've marked about 70 something papers so far. Yeah, this is the marking guide. I tend to give marks at the side. It helps me to mark quicker. And anybody I give the marking scheme to, they tend to mark it quicker as well. So yeah, I sometimes write notes. Yeah, we give marks for the presentation as well. Layout, we do give marks for all of that credit. So you can notice most of the questions are numerical. That said, there are a lot of questions as well that require you to do some essay writing. So yes, it's not all about numbers. We also require you to be able to give explanation for the numbers. So this is a student. So I've marked the student. He or she has 52 on 60 in the first question, yet to mark the second one and the third one. But the first question carries most of the marks, 60, and the second question roughly about 20, and the third one 20 marks. So I tend to mark the first one since it's my module. I tend to mark the bigger question. So this is what the script looks like inside. So I'm currently marking the student's paper. He or she is preparing journals. Sometimes when you don't write, we tend to do the question sign, just because students can get their paper back and they can feel some information here and claim that the lecturers did not see that. So we tend to do this question mark or put that just because we want to. And when we have a page like this, what we just do is put a line across it. So yeah, just to make sure that the student, when they get the paper back, they just don't write on it. So yes, this is me sitting this evening trying to sip a cup of coffee to keep me awake and do the marking. I have a calculator here handy just to check the totals are correct when I enter them. But apart from that, that's what I do most often after the exams. Together with these, I tend to do some teaching. I also write comments within the students' work. So for example, this is what we tend to do. Give marks to the right answer when you have the one that is not correct. So either we put the question mark, what does that mean? We're not clear on that. And then the ticks, we give the marks next to the tick when it's correct. This arrow here simply means that the student has done the opposite. So debit, normally it should be debit, light and heat, and credit, accrued expenses. So accruals. So the student has done the opposite. And in that case, the student is not getting the mark because that doesn't mean the same thing. Okay, yes, we tend to give a lot of marks, as you can see, to the workings compared to the answers. So we give a lot of marks awarded to the workings and just very little marks to that. So as little as the student has written here, they tend to get 1.5 just for those workings, but they get less marks when it comes to the final answer. So we want, the reason for this is because we award more marks to the reasoning and less marks to the final answer. So we are not interested in the final answer, we are interested in the reasoning behind the figure. Okay, so this is a question on bank reconciliation, which I'll be talking about in one of my videos. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Please click the subscribe button and watch out for more videos on tips on accounting. So today we're just covering how to mark, or what marking looks like in accounting papers.